Brilliance Audio presents Everyday Chaos, Technology, Complexity, and How We're Thriving in a New World of Possibility by David Weinberger, performed by Danny Campbell. Deep patient doesn't know that being knocked on the head can make us humans dizzy, or that diabetics shouldn't eat 5-pound Toblerone bars in one sitting. It doesn't even know that the arm bone is connected to the wrist bone. All it knows is what researchers at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York fed it in 2015. The medical records of 700,000 patients as discombobulated data, with no skeleton of understanding to hang it all on. Yet after analyzing the relationships among these blind bits, not only was Deep Patient able to diagnose the likelihood of individual patients developing particular diseases, it was in some instances more accurate than human physicians, including about some diseases that until now have utterly defied predictability. If you ask your physician why Deep Patient thinks it might be wise for you to start taking statins or undergo preventative surgery, your doctor might not be able to tell you. But not because she's not sufficiently smart or technical. Deep Patient is a type of artificial intelligence called deep learning, itself a type of machine learning that finds relationships among pieces of data, knowing nothing about what that data represents. From this, it assembles a network of information points, each with a weighting that determines how likely the points it's connected to will fire, which in turn affects the points they're connected to, the way firing a neuron in a brain would. To understand why Deep Patient thinks, say, that there's a 72% chance that a particular patient will develop schizophrenia, a doctor would have to internalize those millions of points and each of their connections and weightings. But there are just too many, and they are in relationships that are too complex. You as a patient are, of course, free to reject Deep Patient's probabilistic conclusions, but you do so at a risk. For the reality is that we use black box diagnostic systems that cannot explain their predictions because in some cases they are significantly more accurate than human doctors. This is the future, and not just for medicine. Your phone's navigation system, type-ahead predictions, language translation, music recommendations, and much more already rely on machine learning. As this form of computation gets more advanced, it can get more mysterious. For example, if you subtract the number of possible chess moves from the number of possible moves in the Chinese game of Go, the remainder is still many times larger than the number of atoms in the universe. Yet Google's AI-based AlphaGo program routinely beats the top-ranked human players, even though it knows nothing about Go except what it's learned from analyzing 60 million moves in 130,000 recorded games. If you examine AlphaGo's inner states to try to discover why it made one particular move, you are likely to see nothing but an ineffably complex set of weighted relationships among its data. AlphaGo simply may not be able to tell you in terms a human can understand why it made the moves that it did. Yet about an AlphaGo move that left some commentators literally speechless, one Go master, Fan Wei, said, "It's not a human move. I've never seen a human play this move." Then softly, "So beautiful, 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 beautiful." Deep learning's algorithms work because they capture better than any human can the complexity, fluidity, and even beauty of a universe in which everything affects everything else, all at once. As we will see, machine learning is just one of many tools and strategies that have been increasingly bringing us face to face with the incomprehensible intricacy of our everyday world. But this benefit comes at a price. We need to give up our insistence on always understanding our world and how things happen in it.